Start the recording. All right. Well, thank you again for joining us today. Please
Pleasure.
reintroduce yourself and take it away.
Sure. Well, thank you, Katie. My name's Will. I'm with Palladium Hotel Group based here in the Midwest, and share with you a little bit about what we're doing in Grand Palladium Bavaro and introducing the Select concept to our resorts in Punta Cana. And I'll talk, there'll be a little bit about our TRS property and TRS Turquesa and Punta Cana as well, but bulk of the presentation is going to be talking about Grand Palladium Select Bavaro. But some overview and a little bit of background about the company to begin. All right, so that's just a little bit about the brand, Grand Palladium, and the Palladium Hotel Group. Talk a little bit in specific about what we have here and what is sold through Vax. A little backstory on the company. Spanish-owned hotel chain based on the island of Ibiza, and it is more than 50 years old, and we are a family-owned company. So there is just no shareholders or anything like that. It's just owned by the family. These are some of the brands. Most of them are in Europe or in particular in Ibiza. And if you notice the all the way at the top row, all the way right, we do not have the all-inclusive collection license here in North America, but we do in Tenerife and in the Canary Islands. And those two kind of hotels in the middle there, Ushuaia and the Unexpected hotels, those are both in Ibiza, and those are some of the most party-centric hotels that we do have. So great for those looking to have a good time in the Ibiza style. And then we have some other hotels throughout Europe. But the brands that we'll be kind of focusing on today, obviously, is the Grand Palladium brand, and then also just briefly the TRS, which is our adults only property. And destination that we're going to be supporting and talking about today is our location in Dominican Republic at Punta Cana on Bavaro Beach. And that is where you will find both our TRS brand, TRS Turquesa, and then the Grand Palladium, which we'll be talking about here, and the new Grand Palladium Select Bavaro and the family selection as well. So just to recap a little bit, so in Punta Cana, we do have our TRS hotel, that is TRS Turquesa, and guests that So where our entertainment lives is kind of the tagline that we have here, and we do have that great chic cabaret show. Guests who are staying in Grand Palladium Select Barbaro, if they're adults, they will have access at the same rate that the folks staying at TRS Turquesa does. So this is a little bit about what TRS Turquesa guests get and what is available to them. And bear in mind that we're going to be talking a little bit about our Grand Palladium Bavaro Select Family Selection Area. And those adults staying in that family selection area of Grand Palladium Select Bavaro will have access to the TRS Turquesa hotel. So this is on the same location, and it has some amenities that are well, all the amenities are exclusive to the TRS guests, with the exception of those staying at the family selection. I'll talk about that in a second. So that's a little bit about what exists there, our adults only hotel. And this is what's coming. And this is at our Grand Palladium side of the resort. And I'll show you a map. So that is the Grand Palladium, what that has to offer, the Grand Palladium side of the resort. So when you are staying at Grand Palladium hotels, you do have all these amenities and all these facilities that are available to you. And this is the a regular Grand Palladium. What we are introducing is going to be the Grand Palladium Select and the Family Selection. Bavaro.
Killer beats, put the sauce on. When in the street we try to conquer, life is short to be feeling down. I may be late, I be alaga. Yeah, me too, I bought on, I bought on go, I bought on car, I bought on that, I bought on, I bought on go, I bought on car. Now you just save me. When in the street we try to conquer, life is sweet, you feel like sugar. You choke, I hide forever, I know that. I bought on, I bought on go, I bought on car, I bought on that. Go, I bought on go, I bought on car. I bought on go, I bought on car. I bought on go, I bought on car.
So yes, this is going to be the first family selection area that we are introducing outside of Mexico, and this will be, of course, in our resort in Punta Cana. And again, the concept is that the adults that are staying in the family selection area, they do have the ability to enjoy all the facilities and amenities on the TRS side. There is a children's club and a mini club, so they will have someplace to put their children that'll be supervised, so they can go out and have some couples time, if you would. It's also a really, our resorts, especially the one here in Punta Cana, is really geared towards multi-generational families. So, you know, the grandma and grandpa could be over on the adults only side. Mom and dad will be with family selection. They can go over and join grandma and grandpa with maybe some young couple that, you know, their older child and whatever will be staying just in the regular Grand Palladium. This is some of the benefits that the family selection guests will receive if they are booked into the family selection area in Bavaro when it opens. This is also available to the guests that are staying at our family selection resorts in Mexico as well. And you can see they have their own pools, a reserved area on the beach, exclusive family concierge. And they also have some other amenities and services which are available to them that the regular Grand Palladium Select or Grand Palladium guests will not have access to. And that is, like I said, just part of what is going on at our Grand Palladium Select Bavaro when it opens. And here is a little bit more about the Grand Palladium Select. This is not the family selection. This is the Grand Palladium Select. The family selection is an area within the Grand Palladium Select Bavaro. So the Grand Palladium family selection guests do have access to all of this. And this is also available to Grand Palladium Select guests. And I want to point out that something that we've added and is going to be new to the property is the Piacere, the coffee shop, the Grand Galateria, fancy name for an ice cream store, but you know, it's right, great for kids to go ahead and grab an ice cream cone after lunch. And then the pizza stop as well, a grab and go area for folks to go ahead and get a quick pizza while not having to, go and sit in the buffet restaurant for lunch. They will have their own pools as well that the family selection guests do have access to, but this is going to be not available to the guests, the regular Grand Palladium. And I'll show you a little bit more in the map to kind of give you an idea of where these facilities are. One point to mention as well, in VAX, the lowest category for the Grand Palladium Select guests is a junior suite. So there's no deluxe rooms in this the hotel. And they do have access to the Zentropia Spa, as well as our Chic Cabaret and our Bravo dinner and dance experience as well. So this is something that the slide will kind of differentiate what the Palladium Select offers versus the regular Grand Palladium as well. And then we do have this kind of slide to kind of make you aware. So at the resort in Bavaro, we will have the Grand Palladium Punta Cana, the Grand Palladium Palace, and then also the Grand Palladium Select Bavaro with Family Selection Bavaro. So there's kind of like three different levels of Grand Palladiums that are going to be at the resort in Punta Cana when the renovations are completed in December. And they all have kind of their own areas and specificalities. And if you look at this slide, kind of going from right to left, so the guests that are staying at Family Selection, they have access to Select and the Grand Palladium Bavaro and the Grand Palladium Palace. I'm sorry, Punta Cana and the Palace. The Grand Palladium Select, while not having access to the Family Selection, will have access to the Punta Cana and the Palace if they're staying at Grand Palladium Select Bavaro. And then the Punta Cana and the Palace will have amenities that they'll be shared amongst them. They'll have other areas which they're not going to be available to them. This kind of breakdown kind of gives you a little bit more of an idea of what the different levels of service and what they can expect by visiting or being guests at these different hotels. So you can see the pools, they do have concierge service for both the Select and the Family Selection. That is the same with the beach. And you can see the base room category starts with the Deluxe room and Grand Palladium, while junior suites for the Select and the Family Selection. And there's other amenities that will have different fees if they're staying only at Grand Palladium. But if they're staying a Select or a Family Selection, they'll get some additional amenities at a little lesser price. And one point makes out too, I kind of went go back real quick. So point out with the food and beverage, and especially in regards to the beverage, there is upgraded areas. It didn't want to show me. Apologize for that, but there is upgraded beverages, alcohol consumption areas. They have the ability to order some more premium liquors if they're staying at Grand Palladium Select and Family Selection. And they do have, like, again, some additional exclusive areas that are just for them. And they do have discounts on some of the additional services, including our Chic Cabaret and Bravo, if they're staying in Family Selection. And again, to break down the entire complex, TRS Turquesa, those guests will have access to the entire property. Grand Palladium Select, while not being able to access the TRS, they do have access to the entire property with the exception of TRS and the Family Selection. Family Selection does have access to the whole property. If they're adults, they won't, kids won't be able to go on the adults only side. And then the Punta Cana and the Palace resorts, those will share amenities amongst themselves. There's free association between the two different Grand Palladiums, but they will not have access to the Select or the Family Selection staying there. And this is the resort situated on that great Bavaro Beach, maybe about a 40-minute or so transfer time from the Punta Cana airport. And of course, you can arrange all your transfers and all the packages through VAX. This is the map of the resort. You see it's a rather big complex. Kind of moving from right to left, you can see our TRS Turquesa. And notice the swim out rooms are kind of in the back there a little bit. So there are beach view rooms and then swim outs as well. The Zentropia Spa is just a little bit to the left of the TRS Turquesa, and there's additional service fees to go ahead and enjoy the spa. I want to point out that there is this pool here, which is Pool O, and that is an adults only pool for the entire complex. Of course, all the pools on TRS are adults only, but this pool is adults only. So if you have, again, if you have any of the multi-generational families and all the adults want to be together, this is an area where they would be able to do that. There is a casino on property as well. This is the Punta Cana, this is the Palace, and then this is the Bavaro, which is currently under renovations and due to open up in December. Our Chic Cabaret Theater is here. This is something that goes maybe 5 to 6 times a week. And it is an additional fee. It's a little bit less if you're TRS or family selection than it is for a Grand Palladium Select or Grand Palladium. But it is an additional fee, and they do a bingo show on the nights where Chic Cabaret does not go. Great show, a lot of fun. And then the a la carte restaurants are kind of dispersed throughout the resort, including this area over here. And again, about 40 minutes from the Punta Cana Airport on Bavaro Beach. Okay, kind of ended abruptly, but that just give you a little taste of what is coming to the Grand Palladium Select Bavaro, due to open up before the Christmas holiday period time. Again, just recapping some of the benefits, including they do have some exclusive restaurants, which the Palace and the Punta Cana guests will not have access to. And again, the coffee shop, the ice cream store, and also the pizza stop as well. There is better amenities within the mini bar. They do get some additional welcome amenities, and they do have a free one for your laundry service as well, so you can look good on the flight on the way back home, or get your dress up for the Chic Cabaret show, which is the 3-hour dinner and a show, which is an adults only show, but guests staying at the Select Bavaro have a discounted rate versus the regular Grand Palladium guests. And again, they do have exclusive pool and beach areas for those staying at the Select area of the property. And here is some of the look and how the feel of the new Grand Palladium Select Bavaro will be once it is fully open, just prior to the holiday time frame, with a lobby bar, check-in area, and you can see this is how the Piacere coffee shop is going to look. And then it is open, during the thing, goes till after in the evening as well. So it's great. Maybe after your a la carte dinner, you can come here and have a coffee and a dessert at Piacere. So look for that to open up when it is in December. And here is the rendering for the Gelateria, I'm gonna say it right. That is going to be open, around the lunchtime. So after lunch, kids can grab a quick ice cream cone, things like that. That is also the same hours for the pizza stop. So these are more midday things to keep the family occupied and make it easy for both dinner and dessert after lunch. Here's some what the rooms are going to look like. And again, the minimum lead-in category for these rooms is going to be a junior suite. So there'll be no deluxe rooms. You can get connecting rooms if you do a suite to a junior suite. And that's something that in Max you can make a request for. And here are some renderings of what the rooms are going to look like once they are completed. You can see a new look and feel and a really high quality experience that they can expect. And as far as exclusive dining options, there is Argentinian restaurant La Paisana that will be more of meats and steaks. There is going to be Asian restaurant, a Spanish restaurant. Again, we are a Spanish-owned chain, so we definitely have the tapas down pat, and you can see a little bit about that. And then there is several different show cooking restaurants or themed restaurants for international, what we commonly refer to perhaps as buffet restaurants. And here's what the Spanish restaurant is going to look like when completed. You know, probably have Rioja wines are very available, and other amenities and tastes and textures of Spain. So look for that. This is kind of an overview of the resort, and you can kind of see in the foreground there that we do have facilities, children's pool. It is not what I would consider, a water park, but it is something that will keep, children occupied, maybe not for teenagers looking for something, gnarly water slides or anything like that. But we do have a children's specific pool that is available for the guests, all guests stay at Grand Palladium. And again, just kind of recapping that we are bringing the family selection concept here to Bavaro. And again, this gives those adults the ability to go over to the adults only side, and it also gives them some additional amenities and benefits which are exclusive to the family selection area. And this is the map I kind of want to highlight. This, as I mentioned before, the Bavaro was the resort that was all the way over on the right of the complex. So this is what is currently under renovations and will be open for the holiday period. And you can see the yellow buildings, those are the family selection area within the Grand Palladium Select Bavaro. So you can see they have their own pool kind of in the middle there. There are more beachfront facing rooms that are available for family selection. I want to point out in the bottom of this as well is La Petite Chef. That is a third party. It's a restaurant. It's an interactive experience where they kind of show the project a story down on the table. So it kind of tells the story as you're being served your food. A lot of fun, family friendly on that. There is an additional fee on that. But it is something that looks like a lot of fun for the families. That's the La Petite Chef. And then some of the a la carte restaurants are going to be over on this area as well. And some of them will be exclusive to Grand Palladium Select Bavaro guests. Let's take a look. And you kind of notice at the end there's kind of setting up some of these gift kind of baskets. So there is when you're saying the family selection, and this is all the family selection area, the Grand Palladium Select Bavaro, they do give a package for the kids embossed with the Family Boss logo, just so that they can see it. I'll show you a little bit more on that. This is the lobby area, so exclusive check-in, check-out area with a bar for the family selection guests. And they will have their own restaurant as well. This is how the nest is going to look. So they will have a little bit more selection as far as the different restaurants they could go to. This will be open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, like it is at the other family selections that we have currently in Mexico. And this is a rendering of how the pool, and you can kind of see that it is a more secluded and a little bit more, probably a little bit more quieter pool than the regular pool, which is going to be a little bit louder and larger. And this will be opened up and be exclusive to the family selection guest as well. Another just quick view of the pool with a little island there in the middle. So zero entry depth, so great for children here at this pool. We'll also have some swim outs as well. So you can see the ocean front swim outs, which will be a really nice room category for those that are looking to have something extra special. And rooms can be configured in both king and double queen sizes, bed configuration, and will do best to accommodate any kind of request. And you can make those requests, through the notes field and backs. And you can see the rooms and how they are situated with the bathrooms as well. And again, I kind of mentioned this before. This is the kind of the gift packages and some of the amenities which are provided to the guests who are staying in family selection. We'll know the names and the sizes of the children, ages at least before they arrive. So we'll make sure that it is the shirts and whatever else are age appropriate, and also we'll get the children the way that they need to. So that is all part of the family selection package. So that's a little bit about Bavaro and what is coming. And of course, you make all those bookings through Vax. And if you register at Palladium Pro, these bookings, there will be an extra bonus for you as well. So that is our agent reward program. That is for you. And again, it works with our partners. Any of the bookings made through Vax, you would have the ability to register them with us as well. And we have a full team of BDMs throughout the country, and you can see that this is the breakdown. Any of these, depending on where you are, you do have a representative, which is available for you to reach out to and help assist with any kind of Palladium related questions. Just full disclosure, I am here in the Midwest. You can see where my states are, and if you are in that territory, please feel free to reach out to me. And just for the record, it's not related to Bavaro or anything, but I do have an upcoming fam trip. So if you are interested in seeing our resort in Riviera Nayarit outside of Puerto Vallarta, please reach out to me. December 2nd through 5th, I'll be doing that. And I do have a couple of spots available still. Looking to fill that. And since you're on this webinar with me, I'd be more than happy to see if we can accommodate that. But again, feel free to reach out to any of your to your local BDM, regardless of where you might have to be located. We do have someone that will be covering you here in the United States. And thank you very much. And at this point, I'll go ahead and turn it back over to Katie, see if we have any questions. And sorry for being a little brief. I got a little bit more verbose. I guess I finished up a little quick, but appreciate your time. And please let me know if there's anything else I can do to answer any questions.
Yes. Thank you, Will. So much
You're
good
welcome.
information, and the tables were so easy to understand, and the maps were very helpful. So thank you for all of that. And again, if you have questions or comments to share, please type them into the Q&A panel on the lower center of your screen. We do have a few live questions that I will go through now. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Maybe Chi is asking, is there a newsletter we can share to our website?
There are some resources. If you register at our agent reward program, Palladium Pro, you would be able to find out some as far as a newsletter. Your local BDM will kind of be routinely sending out some updates. But Palladium Pro would be where you'd find any kind of resources to share on your websites for agents. And it's for agents only.
Perfect. Rita asked about guest staying at Grand Palladium Palace, which I think you maybe covered after she asked this, but again, that was kind of part of all of the
Sure, the
cross.
hierarchy, yes.
Yeah. Perfect. Deborah is asking, what does the personal host do for
The
guests?
personal hosts, and as far as I didn't really touch on the a la carte dining, we have no restrictions on the a la carte dining. So you can dine, you're not confined to the buffet for any kind of nights. You can dine a la carte with us every night if you'd like. The family hosts will the personal host, depending if they're where they're on TRS or family selection, they'll be able to make spa reservations. They will be able to reserve the a la carte restaurants. Now we don't require reservations, but functionally it just works a little bit better if we know when folks are coming. So they do kind of request for reservations for the a la carte restaurants, and that's something the personal host can do. Also, take care of any issues. A lot of times they'll work via WhatsApp. So then you can, of course, they have a station in the hotel and then on the floor each where there is a personal host. Each one of them, each floor has its own. But they also, work via WhatsApp as well, so that you can, if you're by the pool, oh, hey, can and just full disclosure, I mean, when we did the family selection in Nayarit with my family years ago, we came back from dinner and they had a bubble bath ready for the kids, those kind of things. So if you want any kind of different additional services, if you run out of something in the mini bar, the personal host will be able to go ahead and take that. So any kind of requests or any kind of services that you might need some assistance with, that's what the personal host will do.
Perfect. All right, Ivan and Deborah are kind of asking along the same lines. So the resorts are all kind of next to each other. Are they walkable? Do you have golf carts available? How does that work?
Yeah, there is. Yes and yes. There are, it is walkable. It is a large property. So, getting from, from one end to the other, it will take a few minutes, but there is golf carts, transportation available. And full disclosure as well, the TRS has their own transportation well, so they won't even have to take a golf cart with a child unless they really want to. So there is transportation services within property. It is a walkable, but it is maybe a long walk. And some of the athletic fields as well, they're kind of a little bit out of the way, but we do, full disclosure, have pickleball on property as well. And you can, through Vax, book, any kind of like pickleball groups, and then we'd be able to go ahead and, coordinate with the team on property, depending on how many room nights you have, you'll get exclusive access to the courts, et cetera, et cetera. But yes, there is transportation on property and exclusive transportation for the adults only.
Perfect. People love that.
Mhm.
Julie is asking, along with a lot of other people, always interest in the fam trips, which you said you have one in December. Not for this property. Was it a different property?
Yes, correct. I'm looking, full disclosure, looking to do, I have kind of got the green light to maybe do something in January down here to Punta Cana after the holiday periods. That's not been determined yet, but again, feel free to reach out, even if you're not in my territory and you really need to see our resort in Vallarta. I know this is to support a Bavaro complex, but just yes, I do have a fan trip December 2nd through 5th. It is to our property in Riviera Nayarit, about 40 minutes from the Puerto Vallarta airport, and it is a land-only fan. So if you're interested, December 2nd through 5th, reach out. Hopefully you did see my email. If not, there would be ways to get a hold of me, but yes.
Perfect. Yeah. And any other fam trips, probably just reach out to your BDM for those opportunities.
Correct.
All right. Rita's asking any rooms for a family of 6.
No, unfortunately, the property has a maximum capacity of 4 per room. So a 6 would be a junior suite and a suite that would be connected.
Okay. There's still some options there. Ivan's asking somewhat of a specific booking question, but I'm sure he's not the only one. His client wants to pay upon arrival, doesn't want to be charged in advance. Is it possible to quote a room with free cancellation and pay at the desk? I don't know if
I
that's,
think I don't think that's available via Vax,
yeah, I don't think so.
unfortunately, yes.
Okay. Christina's asking, is the resort only open to guests staying on property?
Well, it is the Chic Cabaret show and also the casino are available to guests that are not staying on property. As far as day passes and those kind of things, I think that depending on occupancy level, I mean, it may or may not be something that is available for like a day pass or anything like that. But for the most part, the only folks that are going to be on the property are going to be our guests, unless, like I said, they're maybe seeing the show at Chic Cabaret or the third party casino, which is on property.
Okay, perfect. And would you mind sharing your screen again, maybe your contact information
Sure.
slide? Perfect.
All right. So
Um, and remind me if I missed this, if you're staying at the Palace or any of the other ones, you can go to any of the restaurants on property.
well, the Palace, no, but if you are staying at the Bavaro or the uh, Grand Palladium Select Bavaro or Family Selection, that is all the restaurants are going to be available to you if you're staying at that at those properties. But the Punta Cana, Grand Palladium and the Grand Palladium Palace will not have availability to, they will not have access to all of the restaurants on property. So there'll be some exclusive to the Grand Palladium Select, and also TRS does have their same, does have some exclusive restaurants. Sorry, I'm going so fast on this. But the Grand Palladium Select and Grand Palladium Family Selection, Barbaro, they will have some exclusive restaurants that the Punta Cana and the Palace will not. But we do still have, I've seen somebody had mentioned an Indian restaurant. We do still have our East Asian I'm sorry, East Indian restaurant available on property as well. So, and again, reservations are not required, but it is kind of like encouraged and kind of makes things just operate a little bit more smoothly if with reservations. And here again is the hopefully you can see that our full BDM team. And my email there is william.kauke@palladiumhotelgroup.com.
All right. Perfect. So I don't know if we usually don't share these slides, these presentations via email, but if you do, you can always email William here. We'll also be sharing the attendee list and all your emails and all your questions with him after too. So yeah, feel free to email him and see if you can get these slides. But we will kind of start to wrap up here. Thank you again for everyone for participating and typing in today, and Will for all the information. I know I learned some new things as well. And I want to remind everyone to visit Palladium Hotels and Resorts brand showcase on Vax. You can navigate to the reservations and brands drop down in Vax's main navigation, and you'll see a list of categories. When you see, you can click on hotels and resorts. There'll be a list of brand showcases in which Palladium will be included, and you can get a deeper dive into their resources and offerings. So as we wrap up this session, please remember to complete the post-webinar survey to ensure the important feedback you have. We will be again providing Will all of the questions that you guys submitted and your email list of those attending. And then we will also be selecting the winner for the 3-night hotel stay after the webinar, and we'll definitely email the winner this week. So thank you again for everyone taking the time for this webinar, and thank you again, Will, for sharing with us today. It's a great opportunity for advisors to step their business up to the next level. So we look forward to seeing everyone again soon.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks. Have a good day, everyone.